Blessed love, happy Monday. Welcome back to Monday Message. I am Dharma Shakti, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today. Today's Monday Message is from Og Mandino. He says, only habit can subdue another habit. Ooh, I'll say that again. Only habit can subdue another habit. I think that this is an important topic to touch on because I know that a lot of us, especially those of you who are tuning into these messages, we are trying to change our habits and to improve our habits and to better our habits, transform our habits, get rid of some old habits, and man, it can be a struggle, right? And so we have to remember that we can't just take things out of our life, because what happens as human beings, we are wired to fill up space. Doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing, but as human beings, we're wired in a way in which, when space is created, we automatically want to fill that space with something else, and we have to condition ourselves to just do that less, because we don't need to fill everything up, but B, keep that in mind when you are trying to get rid of a habit. If you're trying to get rid of an old habit or break a habit, you can do it cold turkey, you can do it over time, however you want to do it, but it's important to remember that you got to replace that habit with a better, improved, more beneficial habit for yourself. Same thing goes with habits of thoughts that we have. We can't just stop thinking negatively about ourselves. Then there ends up being this space, this void that needs to be filled, and the mind is going to fill it with what it knows best. And so we have to fill that space with something more positive. So if you're trying to break a habit, get rid of a habit, release a habit, just ask yourself, what new habit am I going to replace it with? What good habit? Because I'm sure you've been there, right? It's like you're trying to stop a particular habit, and then you find that you pick up another bad habit. Like a lot of people who, stop smoking cigarettes, or they stop smoking weed, or they stop drinking alcohol, they end up picking up another habit, which is eating more food. That becomes their way to comfort and satiate their oral fixation often, or fill the void with something comforting and relaxing by eating more snacks or eating more meals, whatever it is, and they end up gaining weight and having yet another habit that they want to fix. And so I think this is a missing element for a lot of us. If you have a habit that you're trying to break, just, think about what habit you want to replace it with. Don't just think of getting rid of it. What habit do you want to replace it with? Really take time to think about that. If you're going to let go of a habit, even if it's habitual thinking, what are you going to replace it with? You have to replace it with something positive. Otherwise, it will just be replaced by some other automatic, reactionary choice that your nervous system makes for you. So be conscious and be intentional as you are working on your habits. As you let go of a habit, what will you replace it with? Just make sure I cover all my notes here. So yes, it's kind of like when you clean your home, when you clean up your space and it's all nice and empty, and then all of a sudden you're like, what can I put there? What can I fill that space with? And then our house and our room just ends up being cluttered again, because we've made all this space and our tendency is to fill that space with something. So we have to be intentional with how we fill that space, not just in our home and in our rooms as we do our spring cleaning and just regular getting rid of stuff. We got to be intentional as we get rid of our internal stuff. What are we going to replace it with? What do we want to put in its place? So really take time to think about that. Yeah, I think that's it today. So if you are going to work on getting rid of a habit, whether it be an action that you take every day or an action that you're not taking, or it's a thought habit, a thought pattern, be mindful of what you will put in its place once you get rid of it, because it's just in our nature to fill space up. So make sure that you're filling that space up with something intentional and something wise and something beneficial for you. All right, my friends, maybe by the end of the day today, you could take a moment to think about a habit or a pattern that you'd like to change, that you'd like to get rid of, or that you'd like to break up with. And what habit or pattern will you put in its place? That's my challenge for you today. Take a moment to reflect at some point throughout your Monday and apply it through the week. What habit are you going to get rid of? And what habit will you replace it with? Good luck with your week. Good luck with your challenge. Good luck with those habits and patterns. And if you need help with them, you can always come find me. As we always put out in these newsletters with our Monday message, you can always reach out to me for coaching sessions. You can come to my yoga classes. You can always just send me a direct message or email if you have something specific that you're working on. I am here to be of service, and it is an honor and pleasure to be with you on this fine Monday. I hope that you have a phenomenal week, and until I see you next time, keep your head high and your heart open wide. Namaste.